how it's made jelly beans. Dude, y'all jelly bean eaters finally about to get exposed.
The jelly bean is colourful, but its beginnings are a bit of a grey area.
It's nasty, too. You should have threw that in there. Nobody, I speak for everybody. Look here. I speak for everybody in here right now, okay? Y'all know I speak for everybody. Nobody in here likes jelly beans. Not a single person. Right? Poll it? All right. You want me to poll it? You get your wish, chat. Okay. I'm gathering data. Let's get rid of everybody that voted yes. Let's get rid of everyone that voted yes. Because you know what? You know what, buddy? We won. You know what I mean? Hold on. Ooh! That just proves that I speak for everybody in here. I'll take it a step farther, right? I'll take it one step farther right here. I've said this before too. I'll say it again right now. Look here. There ain't a single person in here that has jelly beans in their house.
It's believed that this bean's jelly centre dates back to biblical times and Turkish delight. Many centuries later, the outer shell was
4,100 people like jelly beans. No, they were just voting yes just to go against the grain. Everybody that voted yes just did it to do it. You know what I mean?
And the jelly bean was on its way to sweet success.
Dude, I remember seeing these things back in the day. They was packed into the glass things. Bro, this would be such a good home defense weapon right here. Imagine this, right? Yo, Jesse with the 5 gifted. Imagine this here, right? Somebody bust into your house. You open up your nightstand. You got this big old glass vase of jelly beans. You grab it. You hide in a corner. They walk into your room. You bust it over the side of their head. It knocks them. And if it don't knock them out, all the jelly beans that bust out of it are going to go on the floor and they're going to slip on all the jelly beans that fall out of it. And then you could just beat them up. It's a 2-in-1. You hit them with it and it explodes and now they trip because all the jelly beans on the floor. Because they slip like it's a banana peel. You're such a loser. Okay, break into my house and see what happens. I'm the loser? Okay.
To make jelly beans, liquid sugar is heated in a kettle to about 175 degrees Celsius.
Liquid sugar and what else? Go ahead and say it, buddy.
Glucose is added. And then...
glucose, starch, and then...
An agitating device mixes it all together.
What about the red 40?
Elsewhere in the factory, starch spills out of a drum onto large trays.
Starch?
A leveler moves back and forth to even out the starch. The trays then move forward and a brush knocks off the excess to be recycled.
All this for some jelly beans that nobody buys, bro. This is crazy. They got a whole factory making something that nobody buys, bro. Because again, I personally have never in my life ever purchased jelly beans in any regard. And every single other person in the world does exactly what I do. So that being said, nobody else has either. Which, that being said, means this is a giant waste.
A moulding board now presses down into the starch. It makes 756 jelly bean impressions per tray. The impressions in the starch will serve as moulds for the jelly bean centres.
What?
Nozzles inject the sugar and starch mix.
Oh, y'all eating that, bro?
It's cooked in the kettle into the starch moulds.
Look, bro,
This system can make almost 1 million jelly bean centres every hour.
You said what? My bad.
Almost 1 million jelly bean centres every hour.
They busting out 1 million jelly beans an hour. Oh my goodness.
Next, the conveyor belt takes the jelly bean centres to the drying room, where they stay for 24 hours.
No, don't give them the drying room.
This solidifies them, and they become chewier.
Y'all messed up. Where's the filling for these right here? This is all emptiness down here. You see this? Where's the jelly bean action? Only these are filled up. Where's all the filling over here? Y'all messed up. What was that question? What do you hate the most? Spider-Man, Komodo dragons, or jelly beans? Komodo dragons are a top 5 worst thing on the planet. I hate them with a burning passion. There's very few things that I hate more than Komodo dragons. I'm not going to lie. You're not going to find much that I hate more than Komodo dragons.
Arms flip the trays of centers
Hungry Komodo dragon with the 5 gifted. Thank you.
Starch and dump them into a drum that will separate them. When the trays flip back, they're refilled with starch and the molding process begins again.
Komodo dragons are cute. Okay, let your little dog or your little cat walk up to it and see how cute they are. They are hideous, putrid, evil, rancid, awful creatures. There is no place on the earth for Komodo dragons anymore. They should have been wiped out with the meteor that took out the dinosaurs. They are evil. I hate Komodo dragons. They are... You've seen what I've seen! And I love me some animals, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm from Arkansas. I'm from rural Arkansas. Everybody that I know hunts. Me growing up, I got made fun of for not hunting. I did. I don't wish no ill on no animal. But a Komodo dragon. If Komodo dragon has a billion haters, I'm one of them. If Komodo dragons has a million haters, I'm one of them. If Komodo dragons has 10,000 haters, I'm one of them. If Komodo dragons have 1,000 haters, I'm one of them. If Komodo dragons have 10 haters, I'm one of them. And if Komodo dragons have no haters, that means I'm dead and in the grave. I'm a baby goat, eating my grass. Here's a Komodo dragon. Grabs him from the butt cheeks and eats him alive. The goat sitting there. Sucks the goat down while it's alive. Eats the goat. And you can still hear the goat making noise after it's been completely consumed. The goat's been eaten and you can hear it making noise from within the stomach of the Komodo dragon. Horrible! It makes me sick. So you're really going to compare a Komodo dragon to one of the greatest animals that ever lived? Frogs eat insects. Nobody cares about insects, buddy. Eat them all. Don't you dare disrespect a frog by comparing it to a Komodo dragon. Snakes. I hate snakes too. But at least some snakes have the common decency. Oh man, there goes a sheep over there. I'm going to go over there, wrap him up, choke him out unconscious. Then I'm going to suck him down. Right? Because at least they got a little bit of respect. Okay, I'm going to go over there, I'm going to choke him out. And then I'm going to eat him. He's going to be unconscious while I eat him. Komodo dragon, they don't care. I'm going to eat you while you still alive, bro. I can't. And you know what? It's the same thing with hyenas. Again, hyenas are disgusting creatures that eat other animals alive. They're terrible. Any animal that eats another animal alive while it's alive, I hate them. So do lions. Yeah, but they don't do it to the degree that a Komodo dragon does it. At least a lion, if it's going after like a zebra or something, he'll try to go after the neck, bite his jugular, snap his neck, and eat him. Yo, ban the person that asked me about Komodo dragons, because now you got me mad, and now I want to shut the stream off. It's the cycle of life till I jump out of the truck with a bazooka, and I see a little baby goat eating some grass, and I see a Komodo dragon in the distance. I'm getting my bazooka out. I'm on my knee. Locked in on the Komodo dragon. Dead. You ain't eating that goat on my watch, buddy. Because you know what? If I'm out there, I'm part of nature too. I'm a living being. And you know what? I decided to exercise what I wanted to do. And I saved that goat's life. That's illegal. Well, you're lucky I don't rule the world, because I would make Komodo dragons eating other animals illegal. Every Komodo dragon would be in jail if I was the ruler of the world. And you know what the Komodo dragons would feed on? I would throw all the most disgusting criminals, all the just terrible criminals and people with the Komodo dragons on one island. I throw all the people. It's going to be called Komodo Death Island. It's going to be 1 million Komodo dragons on one island, and it's going to be all the disgusting, deplorable criminals of the world all on the island with no way to defend themselves, and every waking moment of their life, they're running away from a Komodo dragon. Give me the keys to the world. We're over here watching a video about jelly beans, bro.
Meanwhile, the dried jelly bean centers, now separated from the starch, tumble onto a wire mesh conveyor system.
That's what y'all eating, chat, right there. That's right there what y'all eating.
Transports them to a steam belt, which dampens them. This readies them for the next step.
Sugar coat!
Jelly bean centers go into a sander drum that tosses them around, while nozzles spray them with sugar.
See, this is why y'all ain't as skinny as me, bro. This is why y'all ain't as healthy as I am. Because I don't eat stuff like this. I'm eating the more healthy stuff. I'm eating the Sour Skittles, the Blow Pops, the potato chips, right? The Nerds.
In another part of the factory, liquid sugar flows out of a kettle into a tub. Blue food coloring is added to the syrup.
Oh, blue food coloring, huh? What, they got blue 30 now? See, that's what they did, chat. They said, oh man, he's on to us. We can't use the red 40 this time. We got to throw the blue 30 in there. Yep. They knew it, chat. They knew I was on my way to see it, too. So they decided to switch it up. They got the blue 30, blue 32. Said hut. Oh, man, that just looks like it'll kill you.
This mix, called the engrossing syrup, is added along with some flavouring...
Called the what?
This mix, called the engrossing syrup, is added along with some flavouring to the jelly bean centres as they tumble around in a tilted spinning pan. Sugar is added to the sticky blue mixture. This process is repeated 4 times in order to build up a coating around the gummy centre. The next day, when the beans have hardened...
There it is. There it is. The ladle of red 40. Finally, look at that bucket of red 40 right there. It finally made its appearance.
Hot syrup is added. And the beans...
What's added?
The next day, when the beans have hardened, hot syrup is added. And the beans are tossed around again. This polishes the jelly beans.
Oh,
Sweet
man!
stuff here. 4,000 jelly beans in each pan. A little wax is added.
Oh, a little wax? You mean a little red 40? I'm done.
Nice. And as the
Wait,
pans
what?
the beans rub against each other, distributing the wax. This adds gloss to the polish.
Yo, speaking of wax, did y'all ever have those little wax? It looked like a bottle with like juice in it, but they were made out of wax. They would come in like a little package, and you would chew the wax bottle, and it would have like juice in it, and you could chew. Dude, them things was good. So you know what? I ain't even that mad about wax. If you've never had those, oh man, them little wax bottles that came with some juice action, bro.
Then the pan stops spinning, and the jelly beans air dry for 24 hours to allow the glaze to set.
Look at that red 40 in there. They killing ya!
After 3.5 days,
Look at the purple
big batch of
12!
jelly beans is ready.
Toby.
They move in a multicolored mass along a series of
Oh my goodness, look at the red 40, look at the purple 12, look at the green 9, look at the white 5, look at the yellow 6. GG, we're all dead.
conveyors. They fall into a scale system that divides them into portions. Then a trapdoor opens and they
Am I
drop
too
down.
harsh on jelly beans? Sorry for another pause, but you know what kind of threw me off the jelly bean action? That bean boozled stuff. That bean boozled action kind of, I don't know, man. That bean boozled action threw me off jelly beans, man. The fact that you can, you know what I mean? This entire conversation has made me want to go get jelly beans after I get off work. Okay, you do that and see what happens. You let me know if you do it too. Hey, come back with a bag of jelly beans, see what happens. Let me know. I dare you. Go get you a bag of jelly beans when you get off work and keep me updated. You gonna go get a bag of jelly beans? No, you gonna go get a bag of red 40.
On a chute to the packaging department. Once they're in
What
the
you gonna
bag,
do? Go to the pet store too? Grab you a Komodo dragon as a pet? Yep.
the jelly beans are ready to sweeten your day.
Ain't nothing sweet about them jelly beans. How sugar is made? Did we never watch that? We never watched how sugar is made. No way.
At the mill, trucks empty their load onto a receiving table. It feeds a belt conveyor that takes the cane through 2 separate washes. The cane must be as clean as possible for extracting the juice.
See, I don't know why they say sugar is bad if it comes from nature like this. How can you even say it's bad?
But first, the cane's hard structure is broken down inside this crusher, where
No!
rotating hammers break the cane into small pieces. A conveyor loads it into a milling tandem, designed to extract the sweet juice from the crushed cane. In this milling tandem, the cane passes through a series of 5 or more consecutive mills. Large cylinders compress the cane fibre. The juice pours out of the milling tandem and diverts into a channel away from the bagasse, the dry pulp that remains after extracting the juice.
Yo, this is nasty.
A worker supervises the operation at each of the mills. A vat collects the juice that flows from the top and bottom of the mills. Now that the juice is extracted from the sugar cane, it's time to process it.
This can't be real because you make paper out of sugarcane in Minecraft, so this is wrong. You know what I mean? How did they even discover this? The more that you watch these videos, the more you realize, like, how we discovered a lot of stuff is that people will get something and just crush it 1,000,000 times and see what comes out of it. Same thing here, you know, you just crush it, man.
However, before it's turned into sugar crystals,
GG, my internet went out. What happened?
a sample goes through a series of tests at the sugar mill's laboratory. They add a thickener that binds to impurities in the juice and then filter it to make it clear and clean. Then it's poured into a polarimeter,
what?
a machine that measures the concentration of sugar.
Okay.
The juice from the mills now falls through this 10-meter high tower as sulfur dioxide vapors rise through it. This process, known as sulfitation, bleaches the juice. Then it flows through a device that measures its pH level.
Oh, Lord!
While at a separate vat, workers add powdered lime to water, preparing a solution to which they will then add the juice. An agitator mixes the cane juice and lime solution for about 6 hours to complete a process called alkalization. It regulates the juice's pH level and helps clarify it. In reaction to the lime, the juice's color changes from brown to yellow. Next, the juice goes into these clarifier tanks. It takes over 2 hours for the juice to settle and for the impurities to fall to the bottom of the tank. A sample taken from the tank shows how the sludge collects at the bottom, while the clarified juice collects at the top. There's still quite a way to go before it's transformed into the stuff that goes into your tea. Workers filter the residue, known as mud, from the clarifier tanks to extract any remaining sugar. There's no waste here. The mud will fertilize the cane fields, and the bagasse left over will be burned as fuel. The clarified juice collected from the clarifier tanks now boils in a series of evaporators. This brings the concentration of the sugar in the juice up from 15% to 60%.
They're in the drench closet.
Then the juice collects in 15-ton tanks to clarify even more.
My goodness, you see how big that tank is, bro? Oh my goodness.
15-ton tanks to clarify even more. Any sediment left in the juice floats to the top. A rotating paddle skims this residue off to the sides of the tank. These tanks produce a type of syrup that goes on for still more processing.
Bro, it looked like dookie!
Workers now pour sucrose crystals suspended in alcohol into the syrup.
Again, you know, that's a good question. How do you even know to do all these steps? How do you figure this out, man?
This milky solution binds to the sugar present in the syrup and helps draw it out. Next, it all boils in large vacuum pans, forming sugar crystals. As the water in the
Science, as a scientist, this is even too much for science.
syrup boils away, workers regularly check to see how the sugar is crystallizing. The goal? To produce a thick crystallized paste known as masquite. It then goes into a high-speed centrifugal machine to
That's the
remove
Large Hadron Collider!
the sugar crystals from the uncrystallized syrup.
Oh, imagine you stick your arm down in there, bro. Gone.
Inside, the sugar spins at 1,200 revolutions per minute. This action draws the molasses to the outer shell of the machine, while the crystals remain in the inner basket.
When does it start looking like sugar, though?
Sprays of water wash the crystals. Then the water is drawn out, so only the crystals remain. This centrifuge draws out moisture from the sugar, just like a washing machine on spin cycle dries your clothes.
Okay, now it looks like sugar. What happened? Yo, they washed it.
Next, a conveyor belt carries the sugar crystals out of the centrifuge.
Look at it, bro.
This mill produces raw sugar, which has more molasses and
It's
is
raw!
unbleached, and plantation white sugar, which has less molasses and is bleached a brilliant white.
Yo, that's crazy.
The sugar on the conveyor now goes into a large dryer. Hot air blows into this dryer to bring the sugar's humidity level down
Yeah,
to
I can
0
just tell somebody's wound up in one of these in a Mr. Ballin video before.
level down to 0.02%. That's standard for table sugar. The dried sugar pours out from the dryer into a bag on a scale. It's full when it weighs in at 1,000 kilos.
Man, in case you don't know what 1,000 kilos is, that's a ton, I think. Pretty sure.
A hoist then carries the bags to a platform at the far end of the packing facility. At 3,000 kilos, that is a heavy load.
Yeah, it is. Look at all the tote bags. Look at all of them. That's all sugar action and red 40 back in there. Look at that, bro.
It lowers each bag over a chute that leads to the factory's main
don't
floor.
shoot them!
Workers carefully open each bag in turn and pour out the sugar directly
I've
into
done this exact process except with rice before.
the chute. It feeds an automated packaging machine, which fills a series of 2-kilo plastic bags.
Man, chat, was that nastier than y'all thought it was gonna be? That was kind of gross. For 3/4 of the process, it just looked like dookie water, right? Chat, y'all mess with Dookie water? Type 1 if you mess with Dookie water.